Before you begin learning the Revolutionary Etude, how do you even know you're ready to learn it, or any particular Chopin Etude? Because honestly, the Revolutionary Etude, it sounds impressive, but it's not really the hardest one to me, but it might be for you. Most pianists decide that they're ready because they finished another piece of music and some edition somewhere said this is harder than that and that's easier than that. I love my Henley editions, and I don't actually trust their grade level. You and I don't share the same hand. So in the Henley, I forget the exact numbers, but it was something like the C major etude was level 9 or 10, opus 10 number 1, and the opus 10 number 2 was about level 6. I'm like, not for my hand. The C majors, before, at least pretty much before my hand injury, was a piece of cake for me, but the level opus 10 number 2, the level was like a 20. It was just, I think it's the hardest etude for my hand, but not for every hand. So it's really hard to look at a evaluation system that says one piece is harder than the other. I had a whole session on this on the Piano Ninja Tricksters Club, in our club, of talking about what you want to play before you play particular pieces. So first of all, if depending on what etudes you've had before you even start etudes, have you done some of the more difficult preludes? Have you done quite a few nocturnes? Have you done some of the bigger, the oblate or scherzo, some of the bigger works of Chopin, maybe a sonata? So what else have you done? In terms of the order, I grew up with the Chopin Études. I played 5 of them on my debut recital when I was 14. I think I have this right. I played Opus 25 number 1, the Aeolian harp, Opus 25 number 2, F minor, Opus 10 number 3, the E major. I know I played the Revolutionary, and the Butterfly. So Opus 10 number 25 number 9, the Butterfly, Opus 10 number 3, and the Revolutionary Opus 10 number 12. I don't have recordings, so I don't know what the Revolutionary Etude sounded like. Point is that not one etude is necessarily harder than the other. I don't trust evaluations and what's more difficult. If you have a smaller hand size, certain etudes are going to be easier for you. The Opus 25 number 2 is going to be easier for you. If you're great at double notes, the double thirds and the double six is going to be easier for you. If you have a hard time with stamina, the Winter Wind and the Opus 25 number 12 are going to be more challenging for you. So it just depends. So if you're working on stamina and you're working on Chopin etudes for just to practice and to build endurance, then the Revolutionary is a great one for you. But again, from the last video, don't dig into every note. That will kill your endurance faster than anything. The smarter question is, are you ready for what challenge? Here's how I help the pianist in the Piano Ninja Tricksters Club decide. These are the 5 checkpoints. Technical stamina. Can you maintain control under repetition? Rhythmic integrity, so essential. Rhythm comes before anything, so essential. Do you keep internal pulse when adrenaline hits? Do you keep going faster because the adrenaline hits and then collapse before the ending? Physical ease. Can you stay loose while pushing speed? So it's one of the things I talked about in the last video of how to lighten your touch. Musical intent. Are you shaping phrases or just surviving them? So the Chopin etudes were, there were many etudes before Chopin times. Czerny wrote hundreds, maybe thousands of them, but Chopin was the first composer to write them for the stage because they are not just technical challenges. They are beautiful compositions of music. Can you set aside the technique, have the technique for them? That's what my Piano Ninja tricks do, so that you can set it aside and really focus on the musicality and the mental resilience. Can you recover instantly from slips? And there's ways to practice that I'll get into in a future video. So if you could check mark all of those, then you are ready for at least one or more of the Chopin Études. But here's the catch. Pianists, particularly advanced pianists, often think, well, if I can't play it perfectly, and particularly with Chopin Études, if I can't play it at the tempo that I heard Yuja and Polini play it at, then I'm not going to play it. Well, I don't buy that at all. So my philosophy is this, which is screw perfect, just make music. There is no such thing as a tempo police. I've done lots of videos on this. I'm in a police costume, the kind of comical, but the point is, the tempo police is in your head. Your tempo is your tempo. So if you can learn the Chopin Revolutionary Etude and it's slightly under tempo, why not? No one's telling you. No one's going to knock on your door saying you can't perform that because you're under tempo. Same thing goes true if you're over tempo as well. You do start learning a Chopin Etude or many. The roadblock isn't the notes. It's the tension that often occurs when playing the notes and particularly increasing speed. So in the next video, I am going to be talking about how to reduce tension when you play. I invite you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and watch the next video on playing very relaxed. Thanks for listening. I'm Lisa Spector, your piano ninja.